Westside.
Welcome. I'm going to continue where I left off yesterday. I'm going to continue to paint the Cadians. And these Cadians will be Renegade Militia, Renegade Guard, Mercenaries. So I'm going to give a small extra coat of Ruckert Flesh. Hey Steve. Steve Small World is in the building. I'm going to do a small coat of Ruckert Flesh over the capes. Here and there, not too much. Actually, just dotting it in places where I used too much of the beige from Vallejo yesterday. So, how's everybody tonight? Dope. Steve says he's still working. Just dotting the cape wherever I think that the beige has turned too green. Just breaking up the colors here. Okay. That is that. Now I'm going to put on the Chaos Black. I'm going to make their flak armor black. This is already thinned down in the bottle, so no need to put it on the wet palette. going to have to do a couple of layers of black because I thinned down the black too far. Hey David Atkins, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your kind words. David Atkins says, I'm new to the channel and I love your work. So it's always a nice compliment to get. Thanks, man. So what do you play, David? Or do you just paint and create? Also going to make all the tubing black. Hi David. Yeah, well, have fun. That's the most important thing. Second thing could be keep at it. Don't get disparaged if it doesn't turn out the way you like it. Third thing could be watch other people paint, like Duncan or Next Level Painting or the Apathetic Fish. Those guys are really cool and they're clear with explanations, so you can learn a lot from those people. The Apathetic Fish is especially good with explaining what he's doing. And then Duncan, master of thin paints, thin coats. Yeah, keep your paints thin. That's a good tip. Keep your brush clean. Don't drink your paint water. Those kind of things help a lot when you're starting out. And just keep on painting. Well, this was a 17-year-old bottle and it was really clogged up, but it was half full. So first I broke the paint and then I put a little bit of hot water in there, stirred it around, and then I filled the entire bottle up with medium. So there was this much paint and the rest was medium, and then I swirled it around. That's nice and thin. I like that. And if you look on my palette, I just put the paints on the wet palette, and then I thin them down with medium and make a mix of medium, isopropanol alcohol, glycerin, stuff like that. And that's very, like, until it's a milky substance. And I use that to thin down the paints as I paint. But the black was I already diluted that, so to say. So that's already super thin. So I'm painting that straight from a pot. It's not the black you would get in the shop. I would thin that down. And it's always nice to paint stuff a little thin, because then you can still see the details and you can always make it thicker by adding another layer. Okay, Steve says, at the end of the day you will find a method that suits you. Try all the tips you see and find what you like. Do you find ISO splits metallic, or is it just me? I don't know. I don't like, to be honest, I don't like Vallejo metallic. I only like gunmetal and I like silver. But the gold and the bronze, they're not for me. I'd rather use the Citadel metallics, and I don't use alcohol pure to thin the paints. I use medium, like big royal squirt of medium in a bottle, like 1/5 of the bottle should be medium. Then fill the bottle up halfway with water, and then I put alcohol in, like that is the other half, and then I put a couple of drops of glycerin in there, and that doesn't seem to split the Citadel paints. But the Vallejo paints, Vallejo paints, they easily split if you are looking at the metallics, at least at the batch that I've got. What's the best model you have made and painted? Just asking for inspiration. Well, I keep evolving, so it's different every time. Like, I got one conversion out here, which I really like. Let me get it. So I got two that were really fun to build. First one is this. I made my own typhus from a Lord of Contagion. Added a Nurgling, added a zombie, broke his scythe off, repositioned it, put it in his other arm, elaborated on this Nurgling here, and I sculpted the Destroyer hive on the back. But there are some things wrong with it, like the chainmail on this arm. It's flowing in the wrong direction, so I'm still waiting until I can maybe press mold that. It doesn't look right, this arm, so I'm not base coating it until I fix the arm, but that might take a year. And this, I like this build. I didn't come up with it. I saw it on the channel for Warboss Tay. He basically made a super cool Ministorum Priest or something. And when I saw it, I knew I needed to have it. So I blatantly bought all the parts and built one myself too. So this is not my best paint job. It's still not done. It's like 80 to 90% done. I think my best paint job is Primaris Chaplain. But that's packed away. I'm not going to take that out right now. And I also like the Chaos, the Nurgle Chaos Lord that I made from a Malignant Plague Caster. Also like that one. I like all my Plague Marines. Those are very dear to me. I love the Plague Marines. They were so much fun to do. Okay, Steve says, I made a mix of glycerin, isopropanol and water as a standard thinner. I try adding some matte medium for the metallics. Yeah, like my standard thinner is made of matte medium. Like just alcohol and water it doesn't work for me. But I'm no expert. I'm literally, this brush is like 30 cents or something. It came from a €2.50 set. I love it. I don't care that I have to toss it away after I do 20 miniatures. I don't think that I can paint very well. I'm just trying to level up. Who doesn't love Nurgle? That's how I got into Warhammer. I'm attempting to make a Nurgle drone conversion, but it's hard. It's hard, but it's worth it, says David Atkins. Yeah. Nurgle is the shh. I love Nurgle. So cool. I don't like some of the AOS units for Nurgle. But all the 40k units, they are sweet. With the AOS things, I mean like the Demon Kit. There's some weird cartoony things in there that I don't necessarily like or want for my own army. But all the Death Guard and the Plague Marines especially, they're really cool. Some of those Blightlord Terminators, I don't know. I need to get used to them, I think. But I love everything that's in the Dark Imperium box. Especially the Poxwalkers and the Plague Marines. Looking at Poxwalkers just cheers me up. They're so poxy. What kind of a drone are you converting? Are you doing one of those, like, are you creating one of those Mephitic blow drones and are you like turning it into one of those Forge World drones, or the other way around? Do you have a Forge World drone and are you making it a Mephitic? Oh no, what is it called? A Fetid blow drone. Fetid blow drone and Mephitic blight hauler. I'm confused. The like the little mini tanks with the drones. Oh, kicking a chair. Blow drone plus red ogre kit bash. I think cyborg that can move quick. Okay. Is the red ogre the Skaven, like the huge Skaven model? So David Atkins said you get the White Dwarf episode for January. It was full of cool Nurgle and Death Guard pictures. Lovely color, like tutorials for mixing colors and doing flesh wounds and sadly haven't subscribed or got White Dwarf. I watch videos on YouTube to get the basics. Yeah, cool. Yeah, YouTube is basically enough. I'm not subscribed to the White Dwarf either. I just picked one up last month because of all of the cool Nurgle pictures. Like most of the time I don't even care for what's in the White Dwarf. Like I'm not interested in the fiction. I'm not interested in like all those crazy Xenos things like Tyranids or something. I don't need to see that. But I like Astra Militarum. I like Nurgle. I like the Sisters of Battle. And I like Black Templars, Red Templars. So I don't know. Maybe occasionally pick something up if there's something in there that I like. But definitely not systematically. Cool. So David Atkins says he likes the Space Wolves too. Yeah, I like Space Wolves too. They're cool. I won't start an army, but I love looking at them, and I'd probably enjoy painting them too. Like most chapters, don't particularly like Ultramarines, but don't dislike them. Oh, maybe Raven Guard. I don't like Raven Guard. They're only here because of a stupid computer game. And now everybody's acting like they're, oh, the Raven Guard is so cool. Oh, the lore. But they just like, they've existed for 10 minutes, to be honest. Really not charmed with their logo either. They were just made for one of those PlayStation games or Xbox games or something. Fake Marines. David Atkins says, for my Space Wolves, I call the paint theme Icebound, but some Raven Guard conversions are slightly decent. I don't know. Yeah, okay, yeah, of course there must be beautiful models. I'm not saying that if you play Raven Guard you have no skill or you can't model or anything. There'll probably be a lot of super awesome Raven Guard. I don't like their heraldry. I don't like their backstory. I don't like the fact that people pretend that they're super old school while they're mega new. So that's it. I don't really even care. Just as far as not liking a certain faction of Space Marines, I think Raven Guard are my least favorite. Okay, so that's the first layer of black for this guy. I forgot to do the sergeant shoes. Yeah. So David Atkins says, right, I don't like the Blood Angels, but certain models are really sweet. Yeah, I don't particularly like the Blood Angels either. The weird nipple models. Space Marine with nipple armor. Yeah, people like that kitsch, so who am I to tell people not to like it? I think the Black Templars are cool because they keep to themselves. They don't claim a system. Just stay on their boats. Or like, spaceships. And when Robute Gilliman says something, they say, go fuck yourself. Just leave us alone. If Rogel Dorn comes back, we'll talk again. So that's why I think that the Templars are cool. But I don't think that the Emperor would like the Black Templars if he was still around. I think that he would think that the Black Templars maybe are to zealot. Like really, they know he's not a god, but they revere him like a god anyway. They should know better, they're Space Marines. But they've fallen into the trap that all the normal mortals have fallen into, thinking that the Emperor is a god, or at least godlike. Okay, bye David. See you in a bit. Enjoy your job. Show me your conversion when it's done. The one with the red ogre and the drone. The Nurgle cyborg. Okay. Time to turn this cable black. What setup are you using to get the camera angle? Just one of those flexible tripods. And then I use poster tack so it doesn't fall over. And then I like stud it with a piece of aluminum. Like there's a piece of aluminum right here, making it like a quad pod instead of a tripod. So I need that so it doesn't fall down, because I've angled it all the way down so you can see my hands and the stuff I'm painting. Otherwise you just see my laptop. That would be boring. But then it becomes a little top heavy and it might tilt over, so it needs some extra support. So there's a little piece of aluminum I found in the street that's propped up and wedged between the telephone and this cutting mat from IKEA. And then it's secured with poster tack too, so it doesn't slip. If I kick the table, not everything will come crashing down. And then I just have my telephone in here. So the telephone is the camera. Yeah, so my nose is to the screen of the telephone. And then my hands are in front of it. so I'm looking over the camera to see the model. So, Steve, what is your hobby pledge this year as far as painting models is concerned? How many models are you planning to do in 2018? More mobs and NPCs for D&D. Okay, dope. Finish Necromunda. Additional gangs. Okay. We're going to do all the gangs that will come this year. Will you just do gangs that come out of the books, or will you start creating your own gangs? I'm tempted to get them as they come up. Might do some custom in the future, Steve says. Okay. That's a nice plan. I think converting is the best part of games like this. At first, when I got these Blood Reavers I talked about yesterday from eBay, I thought, oh, I'm going to make a Necromunda gang from them. But then I thought, no. I'm just going to ignore Necromunda for a while. Just going to play Shadow War until I had my fun with that, and then when I got all of my kicks out of Shadow War, I might look into Necromunda, or not even. And if I do, I'll build my own gang. Like Necromunda is just another money trap. But it's good fun though. Steve says, looking at dropping the channel back to a craft video every other week and do a chat quick tip video in between. Free time up to do more for myself. Yeah, I don't know. You have to test that, right? See what the people who frequent your channel like. And then if you really want to expand on the channel, you have to stick with, you have to make some data-driven decisions. You can also like create content where you get to do what you want, right? It's not like I don't want to paint these Cadians. This isn't really like quality content, but it's fun. It lets me talk to you guys, so that's cool. That's worth something too. And then you can always make like dedicated content for your channel when you feel like it. Maybe you should just shoot material as you go. Like as you explore new things in the hobby, you make videos about that. Okay, Steve says, it would be nice to do a live chat, but to do a build and an edit in a week, that's a push. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much time you have to do a build, and I don't know how elaborate you want your builds to be or how detailed. That can definitely be a push. Just need to find out like the purpose of your channel. Do you want to teach people stuff, or do you want to show them what you did, or you want to let them know that you sell cool 3D printed terrain, or are you looking to get commissions, or for me it's just showing where I'm at in the hobby and creating this library I can scroll through to see how I did things. And Steve says it's a mix of all for me, but I like to share what I have learned and what goes wrong. Yeah, that's cool. Share your learning moments with people. That's cool. I don't know. I got this channel initially because I just wanted to have a place where I could post videos and create a library so I could see what I did, when I did it, how I did it, how much I did. Like I basically started putting up videos just before I went on summer holiday last year. Showing people my builds, my minis. Then after I got back, I got a little bit more serious, like 3 videos a week. But I'm not editing it. I just want it to be like raw vlogs. like I understand that people only have an attention span of 3 seconds, and if they really, really like what you're doing, you get 8 seconds more, but I don't care. Like, I am the main audience for my videos, I notice. So, no sense in me pretending that I'm some kind of a Warhammer superstar or something. It's just want to log what I do. And then maybe in the future, when I get like 50 or 60,000 followers or something, or I don't know, that's probably never going to happen, but if it happens, then of course I would love all the free shit that the toy companies would be sending me. That would be marvelous, right? But that's not the mission. Steve says, I also go back and use my own videos as reference. Yeah. Like these live streams, I have 2 to 5 people in here, and they're mostly people I've been talking to for like 2-3 years now, right? So I'm not imagining that I'm like broadcasting to a giant worldwide audience. It's not the case. It's just having fun with people I kind of know already, right? And then the cool thing is that I can just log on and scroll through a video and see what kind of paints I used for what mini. But I must say that I'm not a fast painter, but I paint a lot slower when the camera's on. Steve says, it all started over one video I did to answer some questions, or a question. I just sat back, relaxed, and had a chat with other crafters and painters. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's fun. And just chill. Get some stuff painted. Like, what would I do? Like, I'm not going to paint all 160 Cadians on live streams. That's ridiculous. I'm not going to do that. That's super boring. Like, after these 7 guys, I'm going to start painting them by the 30. And you really don't want to see me apply 30 coats of green to 30 less guns, and then once it's done, do it all over again for the second coat. That makes this. There's no entertainment value. I'm not even sure if this has entertainment value, but at least I have something cool to do today, right? But I also enjoy like watching SEO videos while I paint, learning new stuff about search engines, how to manipulate Google and Bing and DuckDuckGo and Yahoo and Ecosia. Learning how to be on top of search engines is fun to me, so I listen to a lot of YouTube presentations and videos and tutorials, trying to keep on top of things, literally. And I also like videos about Hashgraph or blockchain or block ladder, videos about crypto. You can just paint and listen to Data Dash or Doug Polk or yeah, it's more of a hangout thing. And I could be streaming on Facebook. That would give me like immediately that would give me like 100 viewers. But that's so fleeting. And the quality is really poor. The video quality is really poor on Facebook Live. I don't know if I like Instagram Live for painting. It's cool for everything else, but I don't necessarily like it for painting. Okay, so Steve is trying to keep up with something called the Critical Role campaign, but he's 3 episodes behind. And he's learning Instagram, and he's going to take a 5-minute break. Yeah, cool, man. Have fun. He's going to play Necromunda in the hallway again, near the water cooler. Okay. Oh, forgot this man's helmet. Need to do that again. After I get this dude's helmet. So. Pardon. Hey, James Buckley. Welcome. What do you want to know about Bitcoin? I don't know that much. I'm not an authority. I just like crypto. I think Bitcoin is cool. You got any special insights you want to share with me? Maybe I can learn something. Oh, thanks, Colonel Buckley. I'm now blocking out these Cadians. So I'm getting the basic colors on there, and then afterwards I'll do an extra coat of this and that. Then I'll go in for the basic details, and after that I'll do the fine details. But in between I'll probably varnish it once. So, how long do you think it will take before the Bitcoin dip is over? Like, not recovering a couple of hundred and then dropping a couple of hundred and recovering a couple of hundred, but like, when will it get back to like a steady 10,000 euros? Like a steady 12, 13K dollar? What do you think, Buckley? Will it ever come, or will it just go down and down and down then until it's like 200-300 euros again? Like I read this morning that there was an exchange, I think it was in Asia somewhere, maybe Japan, could be wrong, that they got hacked for $400 million US. Somebody stole $100 million like in a couple of minutes, and then during the rest of the day. Like the biggest heist in history. There must be shit taking people's savings. Steve is back. Enjoy your coffee. No. Can you drink coffee at your workstation, or are you only allowed to drink coffee on breaks? Can you take it back to your desk and just chill with the coffee? Oh, that's shitty. I drink so much coffee. I would quit that job in a week if they would only let me drink coffee on set breaks. I need jobs where I can just walk away from my desk and like chill somewhere for 20 minutes and then come back to my desk. And I need to be able to drink coffee at my desk. Can't work if I can't. Coffee is like a basic necessity. It's like fuel. Fuel. Like we have this. We have 2 Nespresso machines in the kitchenette in our office. And we have one colleague who's in charge of ordering the new Nespresso pads. Or not pads, like they're little cups and you put them in the machine. But she always manages to order too little, so like after a week all the Nespresso is gone. And then she takes forever to order new. So now, when the new Nespresso comes in, people take like entire boxes of the cups and they hide them, like in the weirdest places. I found boxes of Nespresso hidden in the ceiling. I found them hidden in the ladies' room. I found them in the hand towel dispenser in the ladies' room. Somebody put 2 boxes of Nespresso there just to save them for a rainy day. They're not stealing them. They're not taking them home. They're drinking them in the office, but like they're also afraid that the coffee will run out. That they've started to hide the coffee. Yeah, lots of secret stashes everywhere. And I'm just a fool for keeping my own stash. I just go to the shop and then I buy some more cups that also fit the machine, and then keep like I don't know, 30, 40 of my own cups in my drawer, just in case that the coffee runs out, because the coffee will run out. That moment will come. But then everybody's drinking secret stash Nespresso. Like at the moment that people start drinking the secret stash, you know that there won't be any coffee left in a day. Like people will blaze through that in a couple of hours. Like there are only 10 of those cups in one box, so everybody drinks about 5 coffee a day, and I might do like 15, because I drink coffee like it's water. Yeah, maybe they're just hiding the coffee from me. I don't know. That could be the case too. Okay, so this one should be dry now. Yeah, I don't like tea. Sometimes I drink the rooibos from South Africa, the red one. And sometimes I drink the goji tea. But other than that, like that, those are very unique moments. I don't prefer tea. Okay, so I got this Winsor & Newton metallic marker. It's really cool. Love it. Yeah, chrome paint pens are cool. I find it in gel pens, the really cheap ones, they are also amazing. Like the ones that where you get like 50 in a box. They come in metallic and reds and purples and greens, like every color imaginable, and they all stick on top of acrylic paint. Some of them even like cover in one go. And I like markers for porcelain too. For pottery and porcelain. But you have to really varnish those because those vanish after a while if you don't do anything with it. They'll just disappear because you're touching the model. Yeah, especially the browns and the reds and the yellows are very cool with the porcelain markers. Yeah, like I think Bruinzeel makes them. I got a couple of here. Oh no, Edding. Edding makes them. Porcelain brush pen. Yeah, you can even bake. So if you're doing like a green stuff Procreate sculpt and you want to mark stuff out on the model during sculpting, then you can use those markers to leave notes on the models themselves and just bake it, and it won't discolor. Edding makes great markers too. I love the Edding white and I love the Edding silver and the Edding gold. Let me close my wet palette before everything dries up. I haven't been using that for like 40 minutes. Should have closed that up earlier. Like for metallics, I definitely prefer markers over paint. Like in hard to reach areas, I'd probably use a brush. But then I take some ink off the top and then use that on a brush instead of getting the Vallejo paint out. I do, however, go over the top of some metallics with a little bit of Vallejo or GW paint. Like create either highlights or hammering or yeah, edge highlighting, especially on tanks and dreadnoughts, like things with long edges. You just blaze through them. Especially then the white marker. That's a thing of beauty, the white marker. It can get really messy if you don't pay attention, but it's worth it if it works right. Like one pass over and it's done with the white marker. Like covers absolute. Well, like putting white paint on something, you have to go layer after layer after layer after layer. Yeah, yellow. What can I say? Yellow is super hard over reds and super hard over blues and greens, and but if you paint like a base coat of mustard brown or vermin brown, or one of those like honey colored browns, then yellow takes very well on top of that. I even bet you that yellow would go great over rock art. It's just you can't base something in black and then expect that the yellow pops. And with white, yeah, I don't know. You get that yellow. But like try putting yellow over brown, you might like it. So, I'm doing yellow over gray, which is okay. With 2 coats and then a wash and then a brighter yellow to finish, says Steve. Yeah. Yellow over gray. Perfect. Okay, gun stocks. On camera this will probably look black, but this is a very nice brown color. And it's a bit shiny, but it will dull down once I put matte varnish on top. See, and it covers the silver in one go. Don't even have to worry about it. See, that silver has nothing on this porcelain marker, just covers it, no questions asked. That's beautiful. Okay. Cool. Do a couple of touch ups. Okay. Ten more minutes and then I'm calling it a night. I'll probably do a little bit of dipping before I go to bed. So I'll do the pouches and I'll do all the grenades. And then before I do the faces and the skin, I'll dip them in the bluish black dip I have. Like to tone down these highlights. The highlights are very brush strokey. No pouches. No pouches. No pouches. Okay. Ha, pouches. Yeah, the dip will blend them together. Okay, so Steve says, ordered some nail art stones to do rivets for cooling towers. We'll do weld lines and hot glue. Yeah, oh yeah, that's cool. You can get at the hobby store, at the craft store, you get one of those hot glue guns, like the really, really small ones. They're like miniature hot glue guns, almost. And they use very small glue sticks. Those are cool for weld lines. What are nail art stones? Like acrylic ornaments for nails? .3mm round stones, flat on one side, made of plastic. Okay, cool. Sounds useful. I just use one of those belt hole punchers for belts. And then I like punch out pieces of plastic card. But that's a lot of work, so buying something like that could be a serious time saving opportunity. I'll try and remember the name. Nail art stones. Nail art stones. $1,400 for a pound? What? Is this AliExpress prices or something? Like with $1,400 you can do an entire Bane blade. Cool. So I will Jesus. There it. So that's nice. Yeah, I'll dip just one and then I'll quit the stream so you guys can see the difference between dipped and undipped. And after it all dries, I'll finish them. I'll do some more detailing. I'll bring out the colors that I used again, like some of the orange and less of the whites. And then I'll start detailing the capes and all the cables. So I'm getting the dip. I'm laying out a piece of paper towel. It's like a baby wipe. I think I'll dip the Sargent, that'll be most impressive. And after it's dipped and dried, I'll do the faces, hands, because they need to be washed with like sepia, Seraphim sepia. Okay. So this is what it looks before it gets dipped. And it will come out all professional looking. Okay, Dippenstein. It's a little bit too much here. Yeah, I like that. But I missed a pouch here. Yeah, it makes a nice difference. I love it. I love the bluish black. Cool. Yeah, I'll dip the rest off camera. Thank you guys for watching. Next time I'll do some more detailing on these guys, and then I'll start batch painting the rest off camera, of course. I'm not going to make you watch me paint 160 Acadians. It's a little bit ridiculous, a little bit much. Okay, thank you for joining us. Hit subscribe if you didn't. Leave a comment maybe. give me some Bitcoin. My wallet address is in the description. No, whatever. Yeah. Well, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye, people.